Ahoy, peace and blessings. Welcome back. 42 laws of my yacht, the 42 principles of my yacht. Principle number one, I have not committed sin. I have not committed sin. I take this as the realization that you are not in full control of the universe. You're not even in full control of your body. You're not in full control of most things, your business, you get what I mean, your relationship, even like your children, your parents. Only things we're truly control over is just like our creations, our discipline. Even other religious books tell you you're born in sin. I disagree because I know I'm not in control of the world. That same book says that we are gods. But if we were really gods, the world wouldn't be this way. If I was a god, I'd have control over things, right? There would be no more evil in the world. It's that simple. But the first principle of my I have not committed sin. Because even when you were a child, before you were 18, you didn't have control over things that you could have been strong enough to have control over. Before you were 21, you were not in control of things that you could have been in control over. Even now, you're not in control of your body. You can't tell your body to unalive itself and it listens. You can't tell your heart to stop beating. You can't tell your lungs to stop breathing. You can't tell your eyes to quit looking. You can't tell your brain to stop thinking. You can't tell your bones to grow longer or grow shorter. It is the illusion of control and the illusion of sin that I think really becomes intertwined. Of course, we have not sinned. Humans have been on the earth for 7 million years. Things have been out of our control for a very long time. And now we have to fight tooth and nail, work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week to gain control over our reality back. Gain control over the sin of the world back, But people's great-grandparents have had more say in the world than us. We're following 1,000-year-old laws, hundreds of year-old laws, decades-old laws. It's 2024. The world is not the same as the 1700s. We're still following laws from hundreds of years ago. People didn't even have cell phones. People had way less communication, way less forms of communication. People did things way differently. People were having kids younger. People were going to the army younger. People were doing just way different things. So it's foolish, and it's just a test of your willpower to think that you have sinned. Bottling up all this emotion, thinking, oh, I did this and this and this. But for the majority of your life, you was not in control of your life. So I don't think it's good to beat yourself up now over things that you haven't controlled. 7 million years of things you haven't had no say in. We might live to 100 years old. What's 100 years old for 7 million years of human history? To try to fix the world in that short amount of time, it's truly just an illusion. Like, as long as you're doing the best you can, which everyone does, I don't think you've sinned. My aunt doesn't think you've sinned, because you didn't choose where you grew up. You didn't choose where you're from. You didn't choose your race. You didn't choose your gender. You can choose very little of what you actually look like. You're born how you are. You gravitate what you gravitate to, but there's literally 7 million years of things that you have not picked of our ancestry. Truly, the world has sinned against us. They've done things on their own accord. They've done things without our permission. They've done things we haven't agreed to. All these 300-year-old laws, we look around, who agreed to this? None of us. but we're still expected to follow this. Everyone who agreed to this originally has died, but the laws are still in place for their families to keep benefiting from. You know, you're born and you're immediately governed. Even before you're born, when you're still in the womb, you're governed. They're trying to take control of you before you're even born. You get what I mean? So who has sinned?